In this video, I'm going to show you one of the most intuitive mistakes that doubles teams make when they're actually both up at net. Before I can point out that mistake, I'm just going to do a quick recap on who is taking the middle when you have both players up. So an imaginary MEIKE is over there. We've both taken the net and the ball is coming from directly across from me, from the other side on the deuce court. Well, since I don't have anybody to help me, my ball machine is the opposite player from whom the ball is coming. The ball through the middle, when it does have a cross-court direction coming across me here, my job is to basically be across the person who's about to hit the ball. I am covering my line. Of course, I'm not standing outside the frame here. That would be covering out balls. But I'm positioned somewhere around here. If I'm the other player and the ball is coming from the deuce court player on the opposite side, I'm covering the middle. The ball is traveling to me. When I'm coming in, I am moving in as the ball flies. That cross-court ball is mine. And yes, does this look wide open, that little dink angle? Yeah, it does. But I am offering them that because if I'm moving correctly, diagonally to that ball, there's precious little that they can hit. If they can hit that dink angle 3 times in a row, then I might sneak out a little bit. But other than that, I'm plugging the middle. And it's the exact same movement pattern when the ball is coming now from the ad side. Doesn't matter whom of us here on my side hit the ball, if it goes to the ad side, we're basically switching roles. We're sliding with the ball. That means I position myself directly across that player. I might slide out to maybe about here, but that's as good as it gets. And as the player on the ad side, I am moving towards the middle, toward the opposite ad side. And now when the ball comes cross court, yes, if I'm plugging the middle, it does coincide with my forehand. But imagine I'm a lefty. It is still my ball here. So this always forehand has the middle. When the ball goes through the middle of the court, throw that out. So what's that mistake now that a lot of players make, and it feels like the correct thing to do, but it is still wrong. Let's look at some footage from my camp just a few weeks ago, because we saw that over and over, and this time I have some footage. So here's the situation, and I use this drill a lot where you have 2 back at the baseline and 2 up here at net for these 2 players to work on their net movement. Here's the ball. It goes to the outside player, and Rachel does a good job here moving forward to this ball. And since the ball keeps going back to the outside player, here's where she should be going, following the ball, but we see what she's doing instead. And I'm pointing to it, go back towards the center, because nothing changed right here. The ball is still coming from the outside. So after she did plug the middle here, she would have had this ball here. She's now going back to her old position. So instead of moving to the middle, closing the middle, and then feeling like, oops, I'm in my partner's territory here, let me move back to my half. What I always tell my clients is if the ball goes to the same person, nothing has changed in who is covering the middle. So you can literally park your hiney right here, taunt them to go over that higher part of the net with that little dink angle. Taunt them to go up the line. If they can hit the ball right on the line, if they can hit that dink angle, great. But we're not giving them the middle here. So let's take a look at what I'm doing when I'm up at net. And trust me, I've been yelled at enough times to keep plugging the middle that I now finally, at 50 years old, have internalized it. The ball is right here, going to the deuce court. This is my ball right here. It has a cross-court direction. So I basically don't really have to move a whole lot because initially I already followed the ball towards the deuce court. Now I'm thinking Rachel here may have moved over a little too far over, but it's still okay. And now let's see what happens. The ball goes again to the deuce court player. And if I committed the intuitive error to going back like, oh, I need to go back to my half. I would have moved all the way over here, but instead, yes, I'm taking a half step back so that I can then, depending on what kind of ball I'm getting, I can move diagonally to the ball, so I could cut this angle off here. I'm basically just, again, parking my hiney right in the middle. So I keep plugging the middle there and forcing an error. On the next ball, same thing. I'm moving towards the deuce court player. This is my ball. I keep going to the deuce court player, and she's coming in there. Number one, I don't have the time to cover over here, which would be wrong. So I'm just basically split stepping right there. Again, taunting her to hit that little dink angle, which she's not going to do. If you feel that by covering the middle and moving towards the person who's about to hit the ball on that cross-court ball, you're in your partner's territory or encroaching on their half of the court, you're not. You're absolutely fine. This is your ball. Because remember, your partner should have moved over a little bit, and it's very clear that you're having that cross-court ball. Should you both go for the ball, the worst that can happen is that you clash together with your rackets. And to be perfectly honest, I'd rather have that, even though there was a little bit of a communications issue, than having the ball go through the middle and both of you just looking at each other and go like, whose ball was that? Now, if you want to go into depth a little bit more, what exactly the role of the net player is in doubles, you want to check out this video.